Let me tell you a story. It's about a man named Aron. Now, Aron isn't lazy. He's not irresponsible. He's human. And just like so many of us, he feels like he's drowning in a world that's just moving a little too fast.
This is the question Aron asks himself pretty much every single morning. And it's a feeling a lot of us can probably relate to, right? That feeling that you're constantly just playing catch-up in your own life. So what did his world actually feel like day to day?
You see, Aron's world is just one of constant digital noise and never-ending demands. It's not that he can't handle his responsibilities, it's that the sheer volume of it all has become, well, completely unmanageable for just one person.
I mean, just imagine waking up to this every single day. Before his feet have even hit the floor, Aron is just bombarded. 200 emails, 17 reminders for things he's already missed, late bills, unread messages, and somehow, 3 meetings scheduled in overlapping time slots. It's just pure chaos.
And this right here is the really crucial point. Aron had bigger dreams, you know? He wanted to write a book, maybe learn to play the guitar, spend more time with his family. But those dreams, they were constantly getting crushed under the weight of just managing his day-to-day life. Life had turned into a checklist, not an experience.
But then, one morning, something was different. In the middle of all the usual chaos on his laptop, a new notification popped up. This was the moment that would start to change everything for Aron, even though he didn't know it yet.
And his first reaction? Total skepticism. He's probably thinking, oh great, another productivity app that's just going to make my life more complicated. He was so tired of tools that promised to simplify everything but just ended up adding one more thing to manage. But this was different.
See, this wasn't just one assistant. It was a whole team of specialized AI agents. You had Planner for his schedule, Guardian for his well-being, Brainwave for creativity, Cashflow for his finances, Connector for his relationships, and Fixer to automate all the boring stuff. Aron was exhausted, but he was just curious enough to give it a shot.
So Aron starts testing them out, one by one. Honestly, he didn't expect much, but almost right away, these small but really significant changes started to ripple through his day.
So, a meeting gets canceled. Normally, this would just be another little blip of chaos. But Planner, the scheduling agent, instantly stepped in. It didn't just tell him the meeting was off, it re-optimized his entire schedule and created a 30-minute break for him. Aron was just stunned. A break? What even was that?
A few hours later, after he had been hunched over his desk, another agent chimed in. Guardian. It gently nudged him to stand up and stretch, and it even paused his notifications so he could have 2 minutes of actual peace. He did it, and its back immediately thanked him.
And then there was the creative agent, Brainwave. Aron would dash off a quick, kind of blunt email, and Brainwave would instantly polish it into something professional and courteous. It's a small change, sure, but it completely changed the tone of how he communicated.
Then came Cashflow, the finance agent. It scanned his expenses and found an old, unused subscription he was still paying for. By just canceling it, Cashflow saved him over 5,000 rupees a year. That's real, tangible money right back in his pocket.
Then the Connector agent reminded him about his mother's birthday, which, of course, he had completely forgotten. But it didn't just remind him, it offered to help him connect. This wasn't just about productivity anymore, this was about maintaining the things that truly matter.
So things were definitely improving. But the real test? Well, that was still to come. One day, everything that could possibly go wrong did. This was the exact kind of day that would normally send Aron into a total spiral of stress and panic.
It was a total cascade of problems. 2 deadlines hit at the exact same time, his car broke down on the way to the office, there was an urgent document that needed to be sent, and his manager was waiting. A perfect storm of stress.
But before Aron could even begin to panic, his AI team just went to work. Planner was up first, instantly deconflicting his impossible schedule and laying out a clear, manageable path for the day.
Next up, Fixer handled the real-world problem. Car broke down? No problem. A cab was booked and on its way in minutes. The logistical nightmare was basically solved before it could even start.
And while all that was happening, Brainwave took care of the work crisis. That urgent document wasn't just sent, it was reviewed, formatted, and totally ready to go. The pressure just vanished.
And that was the profound difference. In a situation that would have completely derailed him before, Aron felt in control. He wasn't being attacked by life anymore. He had support. He felt calm.
That evening, after the crisis had been so calmly managed, Aron had this moment of quiet reflection. This whole experience went way beyond just simple efficiency. It led him to a much deeper insight about his life and his relationship with technology.
He asked himself this really critical question. Was he losing his ability to function on his own? Was he just handing over control of his life to a machine? It's a fair question, and it's probably one that a lot of us would ask.
But he realized the answer was no. This wasn't dependency. This was freedom. He wasn't relying on a tool just to function. He was using a tool to reclaim the mental space he needed to actually live. To think, to create, to connect, and to rest.
And that was the big insight. The true power of these AI agents wasn't in doing his work for him. It was in carrying the invisible burdens. That constant mental load, the chaos of scheduling, the digital clutter, all the forgotten tasks, all of that was just lifted.
And this is really the takeaway from Aron's story. The goal of this kind of technology isn't to make us less human. It's to make us more human, by clearing away all the noise so we can finally focus on what truly matters. It's all about reclaiming our time, our energy, and our lives.